So in this section, we're going to be talking about some Blackboard basics. Most of you have used Blackboard plenty of times and have no problems with it, but just to make sure that everyone has a chance to know what all of the features are and how to do some things that maybe you haven't done before, or maybe things that are unique to the University of St. Joseph. So this is on your My USJ page, which we already talked about. You don't need to enter your username and password, but the link to Blackboard is right here, and I actually set it up as on my toolbar so that I can just quick link to it. And you can see you can also access your email and other parts of the USJ website. The bookstore is here as well. So we're just going to go into the Blackboard. And obviously this is going to be different for me than it is for you because these are classes that I've taught. So these are classes that I taught this past summer, and we'll just go in and see what this looks like as an example. The first page that really shows up, this is your home page for this format, and you would have all the basic things that you would expect. Some faculty use the getting started. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. If these are students that I've had in classes before, then I won't. Again, they sort of review the basics of where the teacher likes to put things on Blackboard so that you can have a better idea. Your announcements are here, and they're also just automatically here on the home page. So if you had anything that was posted in the last 7 days, you could just read what it says here. Most of the time the faculty also clicks the button so that they're sent directly to your email, and you can find more announcements here. So if I click on that, I'm able to look at what announcements were given throughout the semester. So you can see there's a whole bunch of things that are here. The syllabus is also available. It may just be a paper format. I'm actually just going to switch it. This is going to be the student preview as well, so you can see what it looks like from the student's perspective. This is the syllabus. Okay, so this is the Word document of the syllabus for this 597 class. And then I do, for people who are doing the online class, if you're doing it on ground, then obviously you hear this in person, even though the syllabus will always be posted for any course that's available online. But this is actually a video voiceover, so it would be just like sitting through class where I would hopefully answer the majority of your questions, or your teacher would answer the majority of your questions about the syllabus and really go through and give you information and details. And the nice thing is that obviously you can come back and watch this again as the semester or course continues. The learning materials are usually where a faculty member will put all of the information that you need. Course tools and examples, so there's probably examples of former papers that have been written and were good examples from the teacher's perspective. This is by week, and so this is a 6-week summer class. So if you're taking an 8-week module, obviously there would be 8 of these, or 15 if you're taking a full 15-week class. And inside can be lots of different things. There's the voiced over lecture, an article, and then the PowerPoint, the PowerPoint, so that people can go through and make their own notes on there. The discussion boards are pretty straightforward. There should always be a section in there that's an FAQ questions for the professor for an online class. And that basically is just you have a question for the faculty member, and rather than emailing them directly, it's really helpful to post it because, first of all, another student may have had the same problem and can help you, or another student may have the same question and then they can go there and see what the answer was to that question. The weeks are posted here, and depending on the faculty or even the week for the discussion, it may or may not be open for the individual student to post their own discussion thread. Most of the time the students are allowed to post discussion comment, but not necessarily start a new thread. It makes it much easier to go back and look at the discussion post if everyone's all in the same thread, so that no one's individually sort of going off in a different direction without the rest of the class knowing about it. All right, so this is the discussion board. For my grades, this is going to look, obviously, depending on what is available for the individual course. And so, for example, online involvement has points that are available. I'm going to slide this over so you can see the whole thing. It would be out of 10 points, it's 10%, and brainstorming is worth 5%, so that's out of 5 points, and this happens to just be a draft of an assignment that's also due. So these would all be upcoming things. Once you had submitted them, then they would obviously switch over to needs grading or is already graded, and then if it's already graded, then you'll see what your post actually resulted in. All right, so that should be it for this portion of Blackboard. I'm just going to exit the preview so that you can see sort of my normal setting for just a second. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you is that you see right away that my picture shows up, and in the discussion board it would be the same thing, that you would have a picture rather than just my name to say that it's me, and you can connect the face to the name. And so I want to show you how you would do that very quickly. You just come up here to where it would just say your name. This is just number of notifications from Blackboard. You go down to personal information. And again, I'm going to slide this over so you can see. And you can either do edit your personal information or personalize my settings. So this will give you information about your address, your phone number, any of those things. I don't recommend that you put any of those in because then you'd have to do it as you go on, and you may not want to share that information. But just to put up a photo of yourself, you go into personalized settings. You can pick an avatar, which is basically a cartoon version of yourself if you wish, or you can use your own avatar image, which I have as a picture. So you just attach the file here of a picture that you want to use of yourself, and I encourage you to not post a picture if it's going to be of your children or of your cat or something you like. So this being different from, say, a Facebook picture where you might use something other than your own face, the idea is so that because people don't see you in person in an online class, that they can then see the person who's making a comment about something and make a connection and get to know you a little bit better. So I'm not going to submit this because it's already done, so I'm just going to cancel it. If you ever want to go back and you don't feel like backtracking, you just go right back to My USJ and it brings you back to that main page where all of your courses are written. There may be individual things here to send an email, but I don't encourage a Blackboard email. It actually doesn't track continued email. So let's say you're sending me emails just through Blackboard. It makes much more sense to send them through your regular USJ email, which, like I said, if you go to the My USJ, you can click on your email and go right there. So those are the Blackboard basics, and thank you for listening.